Kunye. Recite the song on spirit of Taekwondo. We're going to go a little bit more slowly so Jasmine can start learning how to say the song on spirit of Taekwondo. So I will say it and then just repeat it after me. Song on spirit of Taekwondo. Man, oh shoot, now I'm in like tiger mode. Pardon me? Thank you. I will practice in the spirit of Taekwondo with courtesy for fellow students, loyalty for my instructors, and respect for my juniors and seniors, ma'am. Chariot, Kunye, ATA. All right, go ahead and start with high knees, so get those knees up. Now, if you can go fast, go fast. If you can go a little bit slower, that's okay. Go with the pace that is most appropriate for you. And if you're yogish, you can go super fast. Hey, Jessica, good to see you. Awesome. Get those knees going, knees up. Excellent, keep it going. All right, now switch to heel kicks. So kick up those heels as high as you can. Make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. That's it, everyone, keep going. Almost there. All right, arm presses. Keep those hands up. Bend the elbows and bring those arms back. We're going to warm up those shoulders along with the arms. Keep breathing. All right, now put those arms out for arm circles. Start out going forward. And now go backward. All right, one more warm up with the legs. Knee crescents. And then we're going to give our muscles a bit of a workout. So it's just like crescent kicks, except we're not doing a full kick, we're just using our knees. That's it. Almost done. All right, go ahead and stop. Now we're going to do reverse push-ups. There's two ways you can do this. One, you can do it with your legs straight and go up and down. Or you can have your knees bent and go up and down. Or you can use a chair or a couch and do elevated reverse push-ups, okay? So pick which one you want to do. If you need a chair, get a chair, which is what Mr. Sakar is opting to do. He likes the more challenging aspect. All right, everybody ready? And go. That's it. Nice and steady. Make sure you're bending the elbows. This works a slightly different set of muscles than just regular push-ups, which we're going to do those too, by the way. I know, you're so excited, right? Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and stand up. Lunge kicks. So you're going to lunge forward, bend your knee, and kick. Come right back down. Lunge, front kick. Lunge, front kick. Go nice and steady. Go at your pace. Lunge down, front kick. We'll switch sides in just a moment. We'll do one side first, then the other. Remember our balance. Keep your body posture nice and straight. Hands up. And make sure you look where you're kicking. You need to have that focus. That helps with your balance. One more. And now switch sides. So now you'll be kicking with your other leg. So lunge and kick. All the way down and kick. That's it. Keep going, everyone. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale as you kick. Keep that body posture. One more. All right, go ahead and stop. Now, for the regular push-ups, you can either regular push-ups, body straight. You can drop to your knees, but you still need to keep the body straight. If you want an extra challenge, elevate your feet on a couch or chair for elevated push-ups. All right, pick which way you want to do these. Pick your method of push-ups, elevated, regular, or on the knees. And go. See how many you can do in 30 seconds. Keep going, Yogesh. Five, four, three, two, one. All right, let's see how many push-ups everybody did. We'll start with Mr. Sakar. How many push-ups? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
21, ma'am.
Awesome job. Give Mr. Sakar 3 hand claps. All right, Jasmine, how many push-ups did you do?
24.
24. Give her 3 hand claps. Jessica, how many?
I forgot to count.
You didn't count. You've been out of class for so long and you're out of practice, right? Yeah, that's okay. It's good to have you back, by the way. All right, Yashita and Yogesh, how many did you do?
15. 22.
Wow, give them 3 hand claps. All right, let's get into our stretching, and then we'll get into our form segments or basic techniques, wherever you are, we'll work from there. All right, stretch arms across. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths as you're stretching. Yogesh, stretch your arms, dude. Now take that arm and go over the top. Put your hands flat on your back and then pull on your elbow. There you go, Jasmine. And then just pull on your elbow, gives you an extra stretch. Good. Now, other arm across. You have to stretch our arms after all those push-ups and reverse push-ups. Then take that same hand, go over your head, put your hand on your back, and the other hand just presses back on the elbow. Mr. Sakar is a little more flexible than I can, so what he's doing is he's just like grabbing his hands from behind. I can't quite reach that far. All right, shake that out. Put your feet together, arms up, take a deep breath. Exhale as you go down. Keep those knees straight. And back up, deep breath. Exhale as you go down. One more time, back up, deep breath. Exhale as you go down. Grab onto your toes if you can and pull yourself, or grab behind your ankles and pull. All right. right, everybody stand up. Hip flexor stretch. So the front leg is at a 90-degree angle. It's bent. Back leg is as straight as you can make it. Hands start out on the inside of the leg. Now put your hands on either side of your leg and raise them up over your head. There we go. And hold it there. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath while you're stretching. Now put your hands down. Walk over to the other side. And now hip flexor with the other side. So leg is at 90-degree angle. Back leg is straight. Hands on the inside. Now take your hands on either side of your leg and lift them up over your head. Hold it there. Keep breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out. Then take your hands, walk to the middle, stretch your legs out in a karate stretch as far as you can go. Challenge yourself, but don't hurt yourself. Definitely don't want pulled muscles. It doesn't feel too good. All right, walk that in. Face here, chariot. Kumye. ATA. All right, let's get into Mr. Sakar. Go ahead and practice your form and then go through the whole thing once and then pick out a segment that you want to work on and pick 2 or 3 attributes that you want to focus on in that segment, okay? Let's see, Jessica, you have some new techniques to learn. Let's see, you're blue belt, right? And so is Yogesh. All right, so I'll be teaching you guys some new techniques. And let's see, Yashita, I want you to just practice as much of your form as you remember, and I'm going to give you another segment to work on today. So Yogesh and Jessica, I'm going to give Jasmine a segment to work on, and I want you just to follow along with what she's doing, and then I'll move into blue belt material. So Jasmine, go ahead and stand up. And here's what you're working on. Just start in a natural ready stance with your feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward. Then you're going to get your hands ready for a high block. You're going to step with your left foot, step forward, high block. Okay, so let's go back. Get your hands ready, stepping with your left foot, step forward, high block. You're stepping into a front stance. So front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Okay, so I'll do it from the side. Stepping forward, high block. There we go. Now take that high hand, reach out. Now reach in front of you, right in front of you. Reverse punch. Okay, that's your first combination. So let's do that again. Get your hand ready. Step, high block. Reach, reverse punch. Nice, very well done. Okay, so let's do that one more time, and I want you to do that by yourself. Practice over and over again to help you remember. So stepping forward, high block. Reach, reverse punch. All right, so go ahead and practice that, Jasmine, and then we'll practice the same thing with the other side. All right, so Jessica and Yogesh. So get into a back stance. Get yourselves into a back stance, good back stance. So remember, square block. Now you have knife hand square block. So I'm gonna get up nice and close so you can see. So knife hand square block, it's the same thing as square block, except my hands are open. Okay, so they start here and square block. I'm gonna move back just a little bit so you can see better. So here's my beginning position, ending position. Okay, so 1, 2, Good. Now we're also working on our joint lock. So see how my wrist is straight? I don't want it to be this way or this way. It needs to be nice and smooth, just like that. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So work on that joint lock with this knife hand square block. So here's our beginning position, ending position. Now, same thing with the hand that's high. I want to keep that wrist straight. I don't want it bent in any way. So focus on that joint lock as you practice your knife hand square block. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So do 5 on one side, then switch to the other side, and then we'll do 5 on the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Focus on keeping those wrists straight. All right, Yashita, where did you go? All right, so Yashita, here's what you're going to work on. I'm gonna do it different ways so you can see what I'm doing, but you're going to work on this particular line, which is a low block. And notice where I stop. I just go past my leg, then inner forearm block. So notice I'm using just one hand. I'm not using two hands like at color belt. So low block, inner forearm block, then I bring my hand back here and then punch, midsection punch, all in a middle stance, okay? And you've got to train your legs to stay in that middle stance while you do this, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm using upper body rotation with these techniques. That's important. I rotate, upper body rotation, boom. Okay, so that's one side. Then you can practice the other side. Low block, inner forearm block, punch. Middle stance. You got to bend those knees. This is not only like working the arms, but you're working those legs and building those leg muscles to hold these stances, okay? All right, so work on that combination. All right, Mr. Sakar, let's see the segment that you're working on and tell me the attributes that you're focusing on.
And this is the middle line, man, just kick segments. So butterfly kick, reverse side kick, number 2 side kick.
Okay.
Working on body position and pivoting, and then a slight bit of trajectory and kick. So that way when I'm not here.
All right, let's have a look at that, how that looks right now.
I find that a lot of times that my hip is like piked and I'm kicking out this way.
Okay.
So just that.
Right, I'll watch for that. Hip position looked pretty good, although I think you're maybe over-rotating just a bit.
Yeah, I think so.
So keep those hips sideways for the side kicks. The other thing when you do that downward knife hand, so your hand was kind of out here. It needs to be closer in. Now this backhand is not actually doing anything. It's really the front hand that's actually doing something, okay? But this one is closer, it's not too far out. I mean, you're not touching your body either, but it's a little bit closer than where you're placing it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I was taught to do this way.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah, it was Mr. K who showed me to do that, so.
Okay. Well, go ahead and do what he's teaching you, and I'm going to recheck what I learned from Chief Master Skiles and make sure that I didn't like misunderstand from the video or misunderstand the placement of it. So I'll double check that.
Everyone teaches it differently, so.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been with training with Chief Master Skiles. He's corrected some things that, you know, I've been doing for years, and now I'm like doing it differently. And you know, he's like the expert on everything with forms and techniques right now. So whatever he says, goes. Pretty much what I hear other instructors say, if someone's last name isn't, if their name is Lee or Skiles, that's what you take as the gospel truth for Taekwondo. So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. All right, Jasmine. Jasmine, let's go ahead and add to the next thing that you're doing. Okay, so go back to that natural ready position. Get that hand ready. So we're going to step forward, high block. Then reach and punch. Good. Now we're going to do a number 2 front kick with the back leg. So get those hands up. Front kick. Land in a front stance. Okay, so that foot's going to land forward. Okay, so we're adding one more move to what you've learned. So ready? Natural ready position. Get that hand up. Stepping forward, high block. Reach with that high hand, reverse punch. Number 2, front kick. Land in a front stance. So that foot needs to land forward, okay? That kick, the foot that kicks lands forward. Okay, so let's do that again. Step forward, high block. Reach, reverse punch. Now kicking with that back leg, number 2 front kick, land forward in a front stance. So land forward. Let me show you what it looks like from the side. So here's what it looks like from the side. Step forward, high block. Reverse punch. Number 2 front kick, land in a front stance. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, go ahead and practice that, those 3 moves. All right, Yogesh and Jessica. Oh, Jessica disappeared. Where did you go, Jessica? Hello? Calling Jessica. Ah, there she is. You abandoned me. I got worried. All right, so Yogesh and Jessica, let's go on to the next technique. This is called the low X block. Okay, so our fists start here right at the ribs. So I'll show you from the side view. This is what it looks like. And we're in a front stance. So Yogesh, we're in a front stance. Good. Then whichever leg is in front, that hand is the one that's going to be on top. So a low X block ends here. So see how my fist position is like this? So I'm not like this or anything weird. It's just right here, okay? So 1, 2. And remember, we're working on joint lock and keeping our wrists straight. 1, 2. All right, you need to switch your hands, Yogesh. Whichever leg is in front, okay, that works. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. There you go, Yogesh. Now, Yogesh, look at my fists. Make your fists like mine. Okay, can you do that? There we go. All right, so I'm going to back up just a little bit. So we're in a front stance for this. It's a low X block. Boom, just like that. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good. Now let's switch to the other side. So now put your other leg in front. The arm that's on the same side is going to be on top. Okay? So beginning position here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? Now we're going to add on to this, and it's called a twin upset punch. So now after I do that low X block, my hands are going to come up here. See, here's the position, just like this. So normal punch, we start here. Upset punch, we start here. Then we're coming out and turning. So 1, now I'm not dipping down, I'm going straight out and I rotate at the end. 1, 2. 1, 2. So all I'm doing is coming back here, touching my ribs. So put your fists on your ribs. That's it, Yogesh. Jessica, get them up a little bit higher. Yes, there we go. and out. Just like that. Okay? So now let's put those two moves together. This is actually from the form. So we have low X block, then reset, twin upset. Good. So 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, go ahead and practice those two moves, and you can do that with either leg in front, and make sure you practice that. All right, Yashita, let's see how your techniques are going. Let's see how that looks. Good, okay, I like you're getting a little bit of body rotation. Maybe work on getting a little more rotation into it. I like that your knees are bent, but I want them bent even more than that. All right, can you show me that with your knees bent even more? Yes. Now you're starting to look like a black belt. Now, one more thing, Yashita. So it's a middle stance. That means your toes need to point this direction the whole time. I notice whichever side you were doing that, those toes were kind of turning a little bit. Keep those toes from turning. They got to stay straight the whole time, okay? All right, everybody go ahead and stop. Face here, chariot, bunye, ATA. All right, Mr. Sakar, this is where you can work on your sword. Everybody else, go ahead and get your bangmangi. So after we work a little bit with bangmangi, then we're also going to do a little bit with combat bangmangi, and we're going to play a game with it, okay? But first, we're going to work with our bangmangi. All right, everybody ready? Oh, looks like Yogesh has his lightsaber from Jedi training camp. Awesome. Jedi training camp was really fun, right, Yogesh? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, so let's work on the first 4 lines, and then we're going to use some footwork with those 4 lines. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try those again. So neck, neck, ribs, ribs. Okay, so think of your target area as you're doing this. So we have 1 comes across, 2 comes across, 3, 4. Okay, so make sure this hand stays up. This is your guard hand, so make sure you work on keeping that up. And we're just going 1, just across, just like that. Okay, so let's go through those 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we don't want to make our arms really wide. Like I don't want my arm to come way out here because I'm leaving myself exposed. Okay, so I want to keep these close in. See how I'm not letting my weapon go too far away from my body. I need to keep it close. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So see how I stop right here. I'm not going to let it go way off in the distance. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Okay, now I want you to practice those 4 lines by yourself, and then we're going to add in some footwork. So go ahead and practice for just a couple of minutes. I'm going to check in on Mr. Sakar. Go. All right, Mr. Sakar, where did we end up? Okay, so we did the stab, turn, there. Okay, hold on, I gotta think about it for a minute. What comes next? Okay, I think that's what's next. I might be missing something, but I think that's it. Okay, so after you turn around and do that over the head strike, you're going to step forward with your right foot, turn the blade turn around. So you're stepping around and doing a cut straight across the middle. Then, maybe get a little bit closer. Then you're dropping the blade down, stepping forward with the right foot, cutting up. Then you're grabbing with your other hand. I'm going to back up just a little bit. Grab with the other hand and then cut down. Just like that. We're almost to the sheathing part for this particular line. Okay, so let's go through that again. So after you do the stab, turn around, cut overhead, then step forward, cut across, drop the blade, step with your right foot, cut up, and then grab with your other hand and cut down.
Is there a step after the stab, ma'am? So from here, let's stab and then turn. Step and strike.
You know what? I think you're right. That feels right anyway.
Ooh.
So after the stab, turn. Yeah, I think you're right. There's a step there, and then turn around with the left, cut across, drop it down, cut up, and then strike it. Yep, that feels right.
Give me a second, ma'am. I might have to go get a charger from my computer.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I'll let you go and take care of that. All right, everybody else, let's look at those strike lines. Of course, how many of you were watching what I was doing with the sword? Yeah, go ahead, be honest. It was cool, right? The sword is so much fun. Okay, so let's get back to Bang Mang Yi. Now, really, if you learn Bang Mang Yi, that makes learning this easier, actually, because the strike lines are the same as the cut lines with the sword. Cool, right? Okay, so let's go back to those 4 lines. So go ahead and show me your 4 lines. Ready? Get yourselves ready and go. Nice. All right, now remember, after we do our lines, we can do a backward twirl. So a way I do a backward twirl is I open up and I keep this in between my thumb and finger, just like that. And I roll it back and come up. So when I go fast, that's what it looks like. And I really want to go fast because that gives me the momentum to twirl. And that's called a back twirl. Now I can do this without opening my hands. I can just use my wrist to roll it back and up. So all I can do is just use my wrist. So that's another way of doing it. Okay, so that's your back twirl. Okay, now here's the cool part. I'm going to teach you guys how to do a crocodile. So crocodile is what you're going to do because I'm going to do a rooster with you and you guys are going to do the crocodile. Okay, so here's how a crocodile works. You're going to cross your arms, drop your leg back, and kneel down and strike, just like that. You want to put your head down because putting my head down gets it out of the way from being hit from up high. Okay, so you want to minimize your hit area. Okay, so start like this, cross your arms, drop down to your knee, and strike. Good, just like that. So again, cross the arms, boom. All right, one more time, and then I'm gonna let you practice this a few times before I start to hit you. Okay, and then you gotta get me before I get you. Cross the arms and boom, just like that. All right. So go ahead and practice that a few times. I'm going to check in on Mr. Sakar. Good, that's it, Mr. Sakar. One thing really quick is when you, so when you do this turnaround, you kept your arms bent, but as you turn for that strike, you need to straighten them at the end, okay? So when you're striking, the arms should always be straightened out at the striking point. They should never remain bent, okay? All right, otherwise looks good. All right, everybody go ahead and stop for just a moment. And Mr. Sakar, you can do this part too. This is some combat sparring. I'm going to do the rooster. You guys are going to do the crocodile. So you've got to get me before I get you. So here's what the rooster looks like. I'm going to jump and strike. So what I'm trying to do is come over and hit you on the head. And what you're doing is dropping down and hitting my legs before I can hit your head. All right, does that make sense? All right, this is a combat sparring move that we're going to practice on. Okay, is everybody ready? Get your weapons up and make sure that your weapon foot, weapon hand are in front. Okay, you got to make sure those are in front. So if you use your right hand and right foot should be in front. So right now I have my right hand and my right, because I'm right-handed, so I'm using that. Okay, is everybody ready? Here I go. All right, a little bit slow. Let's see if we can make that faster. All right, you guys ready? Nice, I was a little bit quicker that time. I'm gonna get up closer so hopefully you guys can see better. Nice, there we go. All right, ready? Get everybody reset. Woo, that was quicker. Nice job. Okay, here it comes. Good, good. Hey, everybody's dropping faster. Woo, that was quick. Nice job, Mr. Sakar. Boy, Jessica, you're moving quick these days. Nice. Yeah, I'm not giving you any warning now. I'm just going. Woo, there we go. Yeah, I got some quick people here. All right, one more. Awesome. All right, go ahead and touch weapons with me. Just don't hit your camera. All right, go ahead and set those down. Oh, actually, you know what? We have a little extra time. Let's work on some more combat sparring. I thought I was a little more ahead than I was. So let's work on what's called a panther strike. All right, so get this in your right hand, right foot in front if you're right-handed. Now, what you're going to do is take your back foot, step on your V line, and do a number 2 strike. Okay, so remember that number 2 strike that you just learned or that we worked on? So we can strike high, medium, or low. Okay, so let's just go slow for just a moment. So let's step on that V line, high. Okay, then reset. Now we're going to go middle, middle. Okay, now we're going to go low. Good. Okay, so we're going to go high, medium, low, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit. So ready? High, medium, and low. Good. Make sure you keep your opposite hand up. As Mr. Sakar can tell you, it's better to get hit in the arm than the head. Head is worth 2 points. Arm is worth 1 point. Rather give away 1 point than 2 points. All right, so ready? Step to the side, high, medium, low, high, medium, and low. All right, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to strike at you. If I strike high, then you need to go high. You're going to block my strike, okay? If I go medium, you're going to go medium. If I go low, you're going to go low. All right? So I'll start high, medium, low, and then I'm going to start mixing it up. So ready? Let's see your reaction time. High, medium, and low. Good. High, medium, low. Medium, low, medium, high, low, high, medium. All right, now I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go, all right? So you have to react to whichever way I go. There we go. All right, everybody come on. Face here. Juliet. Kunye. All right, go ahead and set these down. All right, and let's go ahead and take a moment, Mr. Sakar. Let's have you do your entire form. And everybody, I want you to watch Mr. Sakar. I'm going to, can we highlight Mr. Sakar so everybody can see him? All right, Mr. Sakar, you're spotlighted, so let's have you do your form, your entire form, so everybody can see what second degree looks like.
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully you can see the whole form.
Just adjust as you need to. Chariot? Kunye? Chumbi?
Yeah.
Sija? Did it? Everybody give Mr. Sakara a big hand. All right, would you go ahead and put me
Sorry, you might not have been able to see me in some frames.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good. I'm gonna show you something right quick. Go ahead and highlight my screen, Mr. I. And Mr. I, if you would come on out. So that move where you're doing that double punch, here's what you're doing. So basically what Chief Master Styles has said is somebody's like grabbed your hair. So Mr. I, would you just put your hand on my head like that? And so what you're doing is actually punching the wrists. So if I'm punching the wrists, I'm catching them in between right here. I wouldn't be going far out, right? So it's actually, it's actually closer in here, closer to your head. So just visualize where somebody's wrist would be if they're grabbing your hair or your head, okay? But otherwise, your balance looks really good. Good body posture. Lines look, I mean, I know you had to adjust, but the lines looked really good too. So it looked like you were staying straight on your lines, especially on that middle part. And that's usually where people get off that line. So that looked really good. Okay. All right, we got about 9 minutes left. So if you have a partner, work with a partner. If not, that's okay. You can just go through the motions of the self-defense. Let's see, Mr. I, could you run downstairs and get a knife, please? We're going to work on a knife disarm. So first, let's go ahead and go through the motions. So get those hands up. So somebody's coming at you with a knife. What you're going to do, if that person's coming at a swipe, you're going to step forward with your back leg and block, just like that. Then grab the wrist, upward elbow strike. Okay, so let's do that again. So we're just going to start with those moves. My hands are up. Person's coming at me with a knife. I step forward and block with my arms, not with my hands, with my arms. My arms have bones there, makes it stronger, so I'm blocking there. Grab the wrist, upward elbow. Okay, so let's do that a few more times, and then when Mr. I gets here, I'm going to show you how that works. So again, hands up. Step forward, block, grab the wrist, upward elbow strike. Okay, hands up, here comes the knife, block, grab the wrist, upward elbow strike. So what we're doing on that upward elbow strike is we're hitting underneath the arm about right here. So I'll show you once Mr. I gets back with one of the, maybe I should just have him come out and not worry about the knife. Mr. I. Oh, no worry. He went down into the basement and he's not coming back.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find.
I hope the basement didn't swallow him, or there's a monster or something down there. Oh, just okay. Just come on out. Just come on out. It's okay. All right. Just pretend you have a knife. So that way they can see what we're doing here. Okay. So come after me like you're going to swipe at me. So what I'm doing is I'm blocking here, grabbing the wrist, and then that upward elbow I'm catching right underneath the arm here. So let's get a little bit closer and let's go ahead and bend down here so that way we can get close and they can see. So we're blocking here with the arms, grabbing the wrist, and then upward elbow underneath this part here, just right there. It's a quick motion. When I do that upward elbow, I don't want to come down and come up because I'm telegraphing. All it is a quick strike, okay? All right, so let's practice that much. So if you have a partner, practice with a partner. If not, you're just going to have to visualize. So hands up, step forward and block, grab the wrist, upward elbow. Just nice and quick. Now, Jessica, don't hurt your mom on that upward elbow. Be nice. Remember, respect is having self-control. When you have self-control, you build trust with others. So have self-control. Yogesh, that means you too. Have self-control with your sister. Give me thumbs up. Say yes, ma'am. Awesome. Okay, go. Practice. Step forward, block. Grab the wrist. Upward elbow. All right, for those of you who don't have a partner, may I borrow that, sir? Okay. I'm going to come at you, and you're going to block me and go through it with me, okay? So you're going to practice with me for just a bit. So here I come. Block, grab the wrist, upward elbow. Good. All right, let's do that again. Here I come. Block, grab, upward elbow. There you go. All right, again. That's it. Good. All right, again. Excellent. All right, everybody go ahead and stop. If you have a partner, face your partner. If I was your partner, face me. Chitty up. Kunye. All right, give a high five or a virtual high five. All right, great job. Go ahead and stand at attention. We'll go ahead and bow out, and then I'll unmute everybody. If you have a question, you can go ahead and ask that. If not, then we'll sign off. Or if there's something you need to let me know about, then you'll have that chance. Face here, Chitty up. Kunye. Recite the song on spirit of Taekwondo. Sija. Ma'am, I shall live with perseverance in the spirit of Taekwondo, having honor with others, integrity within myself, and self-control in my actions, ma'am. Chitty up. Kunye. ATA. Remember, respect is building trust. When you tell the truth, that also builds trust. So make sure that we work on those skills so we can earn respect from others. All right, let's go ahead and unmute everybody, or unmute yourself.